Welcome to the Fashion Algorithm. This deep dive is all about exploring something absolutely fundamental that's reshaping our world, how AI is transforming the global job market, and specifically what that means for the future of fashion e-commerce between, say, 2025 and 2030. We're unpacking insights from one core source today, an article and report titled AI Transforms Fashion E-commerce 2025-2030, the AI Imperative, Navigating Job Market Transformation and Its Impact on Fashion E-commerce 2025-2030. Our goal, pretty straightforward really, we're here to pull out the most crucial insights, the key data, maybe a few surprising facts from this report, basically give you a shortcut to being well informed about this massive shift. And before we dive in, this deep dive is brought to you by Cloutfit.ai. Cloutfit.ai connects influencer outfits directly to your product inventory, instantly making their content shoppable. Think about what that does for your business. It drives more sales and, importantly, higher order value. To see how Cloutfit.ai can revolutionize your approach, visit Cloutfit.ai. That's CLOTFIT.ai.
Okay, let's really unpack this.
The report starts with the absolute biggest picture because it links everything back to the accelerating impact AI is having on jobs globally. So just how big is this transformation we're talking about? What's the scale?
Well, the scale is immense, and frankly, a little staggering when you look at the numbers together. The report pulls together projections from multiple big sources, and they all point to really profound shifts. McKinsey, for example, they estimate that by 2030, a significant 14% of the global workforce, that's around 375 million workers,
Mm.
might need to fundamentally change careers because of AI.
Wow, 375 million.
Exactly. And the World Economic Forum, they project a loss of 83 million jobs globally due to technology introduction. While Goldman Sachs puts the potential displacement even higher, roughly 300 million full-time equivalent jobs worldwide by 2030.
Okay, so massive global numbers. What about closer to home, like in the US?
Yeah, we see similar patterns when we zoom into specific regions. Bloomberg indicates AI could affect nearly 50 million U.S. jobs. One study mentioned in the report projects maybe 12% of American jobs could potentially be eliminated by AI by 2030, and McKinsey's analysis suggests up to 12 million job losses just in Europe and the U.S. combined. Now, there are new jobs created. The WEF does project 69 million globally, but the report notes they still anticipate a net loss of about 14 million jobs overall from technology introduction.
Wow, those numbers are huge. Millions of jobs globally impacted. But you mentioned shifts. Does that mean AI hits everywhere equally, or are some jobs more, on the chopping block than others?
That's exactly right. It's definitely not evenly distributed, not at all. The report clearly highlights a disproportionate impact on entry-level and routine positions. These are roles where tasks are predictable, often repetitive, things. AI is becoming exceptionally good at automating. The source gives specific examples, like market research analysts, where maybe 53% of their tasks could be affected. Or sales representatives, with something like 67% of tasks potentially vulnerable.
67%.
Yeah. And think about administrative roles, things like scheduling, managing emails, data processing, handling routine customer inquiries, even bookkeeping. These are prime targets. And it's not just office work. Even tech roles like manual testers, IT support, and help desk professionals are seeing automation creep in. And of course, in sectors like customer service and retail. Well, AI chatbots and automated checkout systems are already taking over more and more functions.
Okay, so routine, predictable tasks are vulnerable. That makes a lot of sense. Now, the report mentioned something that really caught my eye. It says the relatively low number of explicit AI-related job losses we've seen so far might be misleading. Why is that?
Yes, the term they use is quite striking, the lull before the storm. While it's true that between mid-2023 and late 2024, only about, 17,000 U.S. jobs were explicitly blamed on AI, analysts caution that this doesn't reflect future plans or the real pace of integration to come. A 2024 WAEF survey cited in the report found a significant 40% of employers actually plan workforce reductions between 2025 and 2030, wherever AI can perform tasks.
40% plan reductions.
Exactly. And a recent PwC poll indicates 1 in 4 CEOs anticipate generative AI causing at least 5% workforce cuts in the short term. The forecasts back this up, too. Infinitive.com projects accelerating net job losses in the U.S. They estimate a net loss of maybe 250,000 jobs in 2025, potentially jumping to 500,000 in 2026. The report really emphasizes that this scale of restructuring could, exacerbate socioeconomic inequality. It makes traditional entry points into the workforce harder to access, and it likely increases the overall demand for public assistance programs.
That paints a pretty stark picture. But it's
Yeah.
not all negative, right? You mentioned job creation earlier. There must be new jobs emerging too.
Absolutely. That's the critical flip side. It's not just about loss. While 83 million jobs might be lost globally, according to that WF projection, they also anticipate 69 million new jobs being created. And interestingly, within specific tech categories like AI and information processing, there's even a net gain forecast, something like 11 million created against 9 million displaced within those fields specifically.
Okay, so a net gain within tech itself, but overall still a net loss globally.
That seems to be the WEF's projection, yes. But this leads to a rise in what the report calls AI native or AI augmented roles. Think AML engineers, AI infrastructure architects, applied AI researchers, AI trainers, prompt engineers. These are increasingly in demand. But it also means existing roles are fundamentally changing. Professionals like cloud engineers and cybersecurity analysts, they now need strong AI literacy. The report points to a projection that 25% of U.S. tech job listings by 2025 will actually require AI skills.
25%. So, for those of us navigating this, whether we're in tech or any field touched by automation, what kind of skills should we be focusing on to stay relevant?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And the report, citing the World Economic Forum's Future of Jobs report for 2025, puts a huge emphasis on what they call durable skills.
Hmm.
These are often referred to as human skills, the things AI can't easily replicate.
Hmm.
We're talking critical thinking, leadership, adaptability, creative thinking, metacognitive skills, basically, understanding how you learn and maintaining a growth mindset.
Durable skills. Okay.
It's really telling that the report notes an impressive 8 out of the top 10 core skills of 2030, identified by the WEF, are these durable skills. The reason is simple. AI can't fully replicate complex human judgment, empathy, nuanced leadership, or truly novel creative problem solving. Not yet, anyway. The source estimates that even by 2030, at around 56% of work tasks are still expected to require human skills or a combination of human and technology. This highlights a looming skills gap and the urgent need for widespread reskilling initiatives, because the economy is going to demand a fundamentally different workforce profile.
Okay, let's unpack this. How does this huge shift in jobs, this potential for millions facing unemployment or career changes, how does it affect our wallets and, critically for our focus today, how we spend?
Well, that projected rise in unemployment has direct and significant economic consequences. It has to, right? One of the most immediate is a sharp reduction in consumer spending, particularly on anything considered non-essential or discretionary. And since consumer spending is a primary engine of economic growth, its decline sends ripples through pretty much every industry, definitely including retail.
Right, less money, less spending on extras.
Exactly. The financial strain on households becomes immense. With less income, disposable income shrinks dramatically, budgets tighten, and families are forced to prioritize just the necessities: housing, utilities, food. This often leads to increased reliance on credit or loans, which just compounds the financial stress down the line.
Can we see a really clear link between income levels and spending habits in the data the report uses? Is it that direct?
Oh, absolutely. The report highlights a study from the National Bureau of Economic Research, the NBER, that starkly illustrates this. It shows a sharp 12% drop in spending right when unemployment insurance benefits are exhausted, like immediately. That single drop was larger than all previous months combined, showing just how critical that income source is for many. The study also notes that even temporary income spikes are often spent immediately, which highlights a lack of financial resilience for many. Any income loss translates almost instantly into reduced spending power, particularly beyond basic needs.
Wow. So what does this cascading effect mean for businesses, especially those in retail like fashion e-commerce?
For businesses, it means a tough environment. Declining sales, inventory buildups because things aren't selling, cash flow issues, intense pressure on profit margins. Their response is often cost-cutting, which, as we discussed, can include further workforce reductions.
Right, that feedback loop.
It's exactly. Renegotiating contracts with suppliers, curbing capital expenditures. It creates this negative feedback loop. Job losses lead to less spending, which hurts businesses, forcing them to cut costs, potentially leading to more job losses.
And how does this strain government finances?
Governments face significant pressure as well. Tax revenues from income, payroll, sales, they decrease precisely when the demand for public assistance programs like unemployment insurance, SNAP, or Medicaid increases. This puts a huge strain on government budgets, potentially forcing difficult adjustments to benefits or cuts in public services. And the report emphasizes something crucial here. This isn't just a temporary dip we're talking about. It suggests a fundamental reorientation of consumer priorities might be underway. When discretionary spending is severely reduced and the focus is forced onto necessities, it means a long-term recalibration in consumer behavior. People will likely prioritize durability, value, practicality over fleeting trends. That's a critical insight for any industry, but especially fashion.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting for fashion. How do these big economic pressures and the job market disruption affect the specific world of online clothing retail?
Well, the report points out that this overall economic uncertainty, things like subdued growth forecasts, maybe lingering inflation, weak consumer confidence, declining household savings, all of this is expected to significantly dampen overall demand for apparel. People simply have less money available, or they're much more cautious about spending it on non-essentials like new clothes.
So if people are spending less, what does that mean for what they're buying when they do choose to buy something new?
This environment is definitely driving a strong gravitation towards value and what the report refers to as trading down, getting more for your money. The statistics are quite clear. Over 75% of consumers are already trading down to find better value.
75%.
And that number rises even higher to 86% for Gen Z and millennials.
Yeah.
They're really feeling it. This is leading to the emergence of what the report calls the recession core trend in fashion.
Recession core. Okay, tell me more.
It's an emphasis on longevity, intentionality, and prioritizing quality over quantity. So instead of constantly buying fast fashion items that might only last a few wears, people are opting for versatile, well-made pieces that are expected to last. Things you invest in. This often goes hand in hand with a renewed focus on neutral palettes and adaptable styles clothes that don't scream a specific season or trend. It reflects both economic prudence and perhaps a desire for timelessness. Historically, economic downturns often favor quieter fashion, conservative cuts, minimalism.
Makes sense. Less flashy, more durable.
Exactly. And interestingly, this minimalist, value-driven approach is increasingly intertwined with sustainability. Consumers are seeking products that align with stronger ethical values. Conscious consumerism is definitely on the rise. The stats show 61% are seeking eco-packaging, 65% plan to buy higher quality, longer-lasting clothes, and 71% plan to discard items less frequently. However, the report points out a critical gap between action and intention.
Ah, the gap. People want to, but...
Exactly. There's a clear desire, but economic constraints or maybe lack of accessible options make it hard for consumers to fully follow through. And this is a big opportunity for brands, right, to bridge that gap by making sustainable options more accessible, more affordable, and more transparent.
What about the resale market? And what about luxury fashion in this kind of environment? Does it hold up?
The resale market is expected to absolutely thrive. It serves as a more affordable and inherently sustainable alternative that aligns perfectly with that recession core mindset. Luxury is historically more resilient, yes, but the report suggests even the luxury sector may see sales slowing down a bit.
Yeah.
Hard luxury items, think fine jewelry, watches, high-end leather goods, might retain value better, partly due to their investment perception.
Okay, the investment pieces. But what
Right.
about...
The real vulnerability, it seems, it appears to be with the middle market, affordable luxury companies. Consumers might either trade all the way down to lower-priced options or decide that if they are spending big, they'll only invest in those ultra-luxury pieces that hold value. This suggests the market could become more polarized strength at the very top and bottom, putting real pressure on the middle.
So spending on clothes might be tough, potentially less frequent with this shift towards value and durability. But is online fashion retail doomed by this? Because those growth numbers you mentioned earlier seem huge.
It's surprising, isn't it? But the report projects significant resilience and, yes, continued growth, specifically for e-commerce apparel, even despite these economic headwinds. The global e-commerce apparel market, valued at US $764.4 billion in 2024, is projected to reach a whopping US $1.2 trillion by 2030.
1.2 trillion.
Trillion. That's a 7.8% compound annual growth rate, basically projecting the broader fashion e-commerce sector to more than double within 6 years.
Double. That seems completely counterintuitive given the economic pressures. Why? Why is e-commerce expected to be so resilient?
Well, because e-commerce has inherent structural advantages that physical retail just can't easily replicate, especially in tough economic times. It offers unparalleled convenience, speed, and variety. The shift away from brick and mortar has accelerated significantly. The report points out that e-commerce was recently responsible for 101% of overall retail growth.
Wait, 101%? How does that work?
It means online growth more than offset declines in physical stores. Online sales were up like 44% year over year, while spending at physical stores was down nearly 4%. And that came alongside over 10,000 store closures. So e-commerce is clearly a structural advantage in this climate.
Okay, that makes more sense. The shift is just that powerful.
Yes, and mobile shopping and the explosion of social commerce further fuel this. 62% of consumers watch videos before buying online. Social commerce could account for 1 in 5 sales by 2025. And 70% of Instagram users look there for their next purchase. Platforms like TikTok Shop are also showing massive potential. The convenience of shopping anywhere, anytime, often influenced by social media, is just too powerful to be entirely overcome by economic caution.
And what about that phygital idea, blending physical and digital?
Right, that's growing too. Brands are opening physical stores, but consumers expect seamless multi-channel experiences. They want to browse online, maybe try in-store, buy on their phone. The report notes that AI is actually crucial for creating these integrated phygital journeys that customers now demand.
This really sounds like AI isn't just a factor here, but maybe the key factor. How is AI transforming the industry itself, allowing it to be so resilient?
The report is very clear on this. AI isn't just an auxiliary tool for fashion anymore. Not at all. It's described as a foundational catalyst, transforming every single facet of the industry. Design, production, supply chain, customer experience, everything. It's the behind-the-scenes powerhouse, enabling this resilience.
A foundational catalyst.
Exactly. And the projected economic contribution of AI across industries is massive, potentially adding between $2.6 and $4.4 trillion to the global economy annually. That's huge. And generative AI alone could contribute $150 billion to $275 billion to operating profits within just 3 to 5 years, according to McKinsey estimates cited in the report.
Okay, massive potential impact. How does that translate to helping fashion brands now in these tough times?
Crucially, especially in these challenging economic times, AI directly enhances efficiency and reduces costs. That's key. Businesses that leveraged AI during recent uncertainty saw significant efficiency improvements, often double-digit percentage increases. The report highlights JD.com, for example. They use AI-powered solutions specifically to cut merchant operational costs by up to 50%.
50%? That's enormous.
It's huge. Think about that. Cutting costs by half in a low-spending environment is absolutely critical for maintaining profitability and, frankly, staying afloat. At its core, AI's value proposition is its ability to process vast, complex data sets, rapidly analyzing market trends, understanding intricate customer behavior, reacting to the economic environment. This enables businesses to make much faster, more precise, and adaptable data-driven decisions.
So the message is, get on board with AI or get left behind.
Pretty much. The conclusion from the report is stark. AI adoption isn't optional for fashion e-commerce moving forward. It's a fundamental prerequisite for survival and growth. Companies that aren't integrating AI strategically will likely face higher operating costs, greater inefficiency, and slower decision-making. That puts them at a severe competitive disadvantage.
Okay, so AI is necessary for survival and efficiency, but how specifically is it creating opportunities and innovation in fashion e-commerce? Things that can help brands thrive even when budgets are tight.
One of the biggest areas, and maybe the most exciting for consumers, is hyper-personalization, dramatically enhancing the customer experience. AI excels at analyzing huge amounts of data, your browsing history, purchase preferences, even insights from social media interactions to offer tailor-made product recommendations, curated selections, personalized outfit ideas.
Like having a personal shopper online.
Exactly. The impact is well documented and significant. McKinsey reports personalization can drive a 10–30% revenue increase for digital-first retailers. And Amazon's AI recommendations alone are estimated to account for a staggering 35% of its revenue. It makes online shopping feel less like scrolling through an endless and personal catalog and more like having a personal stylist or a sales associate who truly understands you.
One of the biggest barriers for online clothing shopping historically has always been not being able to try things on. How is AI addressing that?
That's where AI-powered tools like virtual try-on VTO and augmented reality AR come in. These are game changers. AI enables these technologies, allowing customers to virtually try on clothes, makeup, or accessories using their device's camera for a surprisingly realistic preview. This builds customer confidence before they buy, which is huge. And critically for the business, it significantly reduces return rates, often by 20–35%.
Wow, reducing returns by that much must save a fortune.
Absolutely. Returns are a massive cost in online fashion, sometimes eating up 20–70% of the sale price. So reducing them directly boosts profitability. It's critical. The report also notes VTO can dramatically boost conversion rates, seeing up to a 320% jump like Avon
It's
saw,
120%.
and even increase average order value by 33%. Recent advancements like Google's enhanced VPO are becoming incredibly sophisticated, simulating fabric, fit, and texture across different body types.
Okay, VTO and AR are big. What else?
Beyond trying things on, AI enhances other customer interactions. Visual search lets you upload an image of something you like to find similar products. Very useful. AI chatbots and virtual assistants provide 24/7 support for common queries or even offer styling advice. They can handle up to 80% of inquiries and reduce service costs by up to 30%. AI also helps minimize scroll fatigue by simplifying choice architecture and providing faster, more relevant navigation, finding what you want faster. The report really frames personalization and these immersive experiences, powered by AI, as the new battleground for customer loyalty. In a competitive, low-spending environment, maximizing the value of each customer interaction and making it effortless and engaging is paramount. AI is the key to achieving that at scale.
Okay, so AI improves the front-end customer experience significantly. How is it changing things behind the scenes? Operations and supply chain must be incredibly complicated in fashion.
Oh, absolutely fundamental. AI is optimizing operations and the supply chain, which, as you noted, is notoriously complex in fashion. Think seasonal trends, sizing variations, global production. It's a lot. A core application is AI's advanced demand forecasting. By analyzing massive data sets, sales history, current inventory levels, social media buzz, broader market trends, even local weather patterns, AI can predict future demand with much greater accuracy.
Which means less waste, fewer markdowns.
Exactly. It's vital. It prevents costly overproduction and waste, while also ensuring popular items are actually in stock. Both improve profitability significantly. AI also significantly enhances inventory management, enabling automatic reordering based on predicted demand, identifying fast movers, optimizing stock levels across different warehouses or locations. Retailers using AI predictive analytics can reduce warehousing and forecasting errors by a remarkable 20–50%.
20 to 50% fewer errors. That's huge for efficiency.
It is. And in warehouses themselves, AI-powered robots and automation systems are streamlining tracking, sorting, and packing tasks. The report mentions Zara, for example, using robotic arms for automated order retrieval. This drastically improves efficiency, minimizes human error, and speeds up fulfillment times. Beyond the warehouse, AI monitors global supply chains in real time. It can anticipate disruptions from weather, geopolitical events, shipping delays, and suggest alternative routes or suppliers. AI algorithms optimize logistics routes based on factors like traffic, costs, delivery schedules. The report also mentions how technologies like blockchain can be integrated with AI for greater supply chain transparency.
And the cost savings again.
Yes, the report reiterates that significant cost reduction benefit again, pointing to JD.com's ability to cut merchant operational costs by up to 50% using AI. This level of efficiency isn't just a nice-to-have, it's crucial for maintaining profitability when top-line sales growth is pressured. And building supply chain resilience via AI is becoming a key competitive differentiator.
What about sustainability? We heard consumers want it, but there's that gap between intention and action. Can AI help bridge that gap for brands?
Absolutely. This is a really important application. AI plays a pivotal role in making sustainable and circular fashion models more scalable, economically viable, and transparent. That's essential for bridging that intention-action gap. For waste reduction during production, for instance, AI design software can optimize patterns to minimize textile waste. And as we discussed, accurate demand forecasting powered by AI also prevents costly overproduction and the resulting unsold inventory and waste.
Okay, less waste in production. What about materials and after-use?
Well, AI contributes to material innovation and selection by analyzing data on durability, biodegradability, environmental footprint to recommend more sustainable options. For discarded fabrics, AI can analyze their composition to identify materials suitable for repurposing through upcycling. And crucially, AI-powered platforms are enabling circular economy models like rental, resale, and repair services. These platforms use AI to help consumers find secondhand or rental options easily, extending the life cycle of garments. The report notes the resale market is particularly poised to thrive, aligning with both value and sustainability demands. AI can even assist in complex processes like textile recycling by using machine learning for sorting different fabric types. Plus, AI-assisted design and virtual prototyping significantly reduce the need for physical samples, saving resources.
So AI makes being sustainable actually feasible for businesses.
Exactly. The report stresses that AI makes sustainable practices more cost-effective and scalable for brands, directly addressing the economic barrier that exists for many consumers. In a low-spending environment where both value and ethics are increasingly scrutinized, AI-driven sustainability provides a significant competitive edge. It builds trust. And it helps mitigate growing regulatory risks, too. It's becoming a core business imperative, really, not just a marketing add-on.
And finally, on AI applications, how is it changing how fashion brands connect with us, the customer, through marketing and sales efforts?
AI is fundamentally reshaping marketing and sales strategies by enabling hyper-targeting and, again, efficiency. It allows for truly personalized campaigns by analyzing data on browsing behavior, purchase history, demographics, preferences, to create highly tailored messages specific to individual customers, their region, even their language. This precision maximizes marketing ROI, which is absolutely critical when budgets might be constrained.
Smarter marketing spend.
Precisely. AI also drives dynamic merchandising on websites and apps, automatically adjusting which products are displayed or recommended based on real-time factors like stock levels, customer behavior, current trends, optimizing sales and inventory turnover. Generative AI is revolutionizing content creation itself, quickly producing new product images, marketing copy, descriptions, landing pages. It speeds up workflows and ensures brand consistency.
What about social media and video?
Yes, social and video commerce are amplified by AI. It enhances shoppable videos and live streams with detailed views, product demos, real-time interaction prompts, dramatically increasing conversion rates compared to static images. AI can even generate realistic social media looks featuring products. And AI also provides sophisticated trend forecasting by analyzing vast amounts of data from social media, sales across the market, blogs, allowing brands to proactively align their marketing campaigns with emerging trends before they even hit the mainstream.
So proactive rather than reactive marketing.
Exactly. The report highlights that in this environment with tighter marketing budgets, achieving high ROI is paramount. AI enables marketing that is hyper-targeted and conversion-focused, ensuring resources are used as efficiently as possible for maximum impact.
So looking ahead to 2025, 2030, with all these pressures and this AI-driven transformation, what does the report say makes a fashion e-commerce company truly successful in this new world? What are the key traits?
The report outlines three key characteristics. First is data-driven agility and responsiveness. Successful companies will deeply integrate AI to extract insights from vast data sets, purchasing patterns, style preferences, market dynamics, you name it. This allows them to identify patterns quickly and rapidly adapt to market shifts, consumer trends, economic changes. Speed becomes a core competitive advantage. This means dynamic decision-making on things like collections, pricing, promotions based on real-time data, and being proactive with trend forecasting.
Agility through data. Got it. What's second?
Second is customer-centric AI integration. It's not just using AI internally, it's about seamlessly integrating AI into the customer-facing experience, creating intuitive, engaging, and highly personalized journeys, hyper-personalized recommendations, tailored website content. The report notes AI can actually elevate human centricity by mimicking the attentive service of a personal stylist or sales associate, but doing it at scale. Investing in those immersive experiences like VTO and AR is crucial, reducing customer uncertainty, enhancing engagement, increasing conversion, reducing returns. Efficient customer support via chatbots is also part of this. It's about using AI to enhance the customer relationship, not just automate everything away.
Okay, agile and customer-centric with AI. And the third.
Third is a deep, authentic commitment to sustainability and ethical practices. And the key word there is authentic. This goes beyond just marketing claims. It's using AI for genuine environmental and social responsibility, waste reduction, sourcing sustainable materials, truly enabling circular models like resale and repair. Transparency and traceability are key here. The report mentions how combining blockchain with AI can track a garment's life cycle, building trust and combating greenwashing. And ethical AI use itself is also paramount, addressing data privacy, mitigating algorithmic bias to prevent discriminatory outcomes, ensuring responsible content creation. Compliance protocols like achieving C2 Type 2 certification, which is a common standard for data security, become important for safeguarding customer data. Trust and reputation are premium assets in this environment, and ethical AI and sustainability are really intertwined pillars supporting that.
The report also mentions some specific companies that are already demonstrating elements of these characteristics, right, as examples of what this looks like in practice.
Yes, it highlights several. Zara is cited for its extensive AI use across its entire value chain: forecasting, inventory, supply chain, personalization, even integrating tech into physical stores with things like RFID mirrors. Shine is mentioned for its aggressive use of AI analysis for trend spotting and enabling that rapid design in its C2M model.
The consumer to manufacturer model.
Right, where they use real-time data to quickly design and produce what consumers are showing interest in. Very data-driven. Amazon, of course, is cited for its powerful AI-driven product recommendations, accounting for that remarkable 35% of its revenue. Zalando and Stitch Fix are noted for pioneering personalized shopping experiences. Zalando specifically in developing VTO, and Stitch Fix using AI heavily for its personalized styling services. The report also mentions that even major traditional players like H&M, Dior, Burberry, Gucci are increasingly integrating AI for things like stock management, trend prediction, chatbots, and personalization efforts. They're all moving in this direction.
Okay, this sounds like a huge shift, a lot to navigate for individuals and for companies. So what does the report suggest whether we're employees in the industry, consumers, or leading a fashion business, should be doing right now? What are the takeaways for us?
The report lays out strategic imperatives directly for the listener, kind of depending on your role. For employees, continuous upskilling and reskilling are absolutely non-negotiable. It's not a one-time thing. It projects that 39% of skills will be outdated by 2030, and alarmingly, 11% of jobs could be lost without proactive training. So lifelong learning and maintaining that growth mindset are essential. AI literacy is crucial across virtually all roles now. You need to understand how AI tools work and how to integrate them into your workflow, whether it's using generative design tools, data analytics platforms, or marketing AI.
So get comfortable with AI, basically.
Yes, and perhaps most importantly for individuals, cultivate those durable skills we talked about. The uniquely human ones AI can't replicate easily. Critical thinking, creative problem solving, leadership, emotional intelligence, adaptability. Embrace AI-augmented roles. Learn to work with AI as a powerful co-pilot, not against it. New career paths are actively emerging that blend human expertise with AI tools like AI-powered forecasters, personalization experts, digital designers who use AI design tools. Formal education, including fashion colleges that are integrating AI into their curriculum, is increasingly valuable. And networking with AI in fashion tech communities is also a smart move. Keep learning.
Okay, that's clear for employees. What about founders and leaders of fashion businesses?
For founders and leaders, strategic AI adoption must be a core business strategy, not just an IT project or an add-on tool. Identify the key areas where AI can have the biggest impact: personalization, inventory, customer service. Start with focused pilot programs, test, learn, and then scale strategically. Focus heavily on leveraging AI for significant cost savings and productivity gains. Remember that JD.com 50% sample. Efficiency is paramount in low spending times. Use AI to deepen customer engagement through hyper-personalization to boost retention and loyalty.
And the foundations need to be right. The data.
Absolutely. Investing in robust data infrastructure is foundational. AI needs rich, structured data, product data, images, sizing information, metadata to be effective. Garbage in, garbage out still applies. Explore new business models that AI enables, like circular fashion, rental, resale, repair, and those seamless digital experiences. Foster a culture of innovation that encourages experimentation, empowers teams, and finally build a proactive talent strategy to attract, train, and retain people with AI skills, addressing the existing shortage. You need the right people. And the report adds a critical point for absolutely everyone, whether you're an employee or a founder. Prioritize ethical AI adoption and strong data governance. Responsible implementation of AI systems ensures fairness and safeguards your brand reputation. Hugely important. Data privacy and security, including adhering to standards like SOC 2 Type 2, are essential for protecting customer data and building trust. Actively identify and mitigate algorithmic bias in AI systems to prevent discriminatory outcomes. Be transparent with customers about how AI is used for personalization or data management. Transparency builds confidence. The risk of failing to address these ethical and governance issues is severe: reputational damage, loss of trust, potential legal problems. Establishing clear rules and governance isn't just compliance, it's strategic for long-term resilience and trust.
Okay, let's try and recap the major points from this deep dive. AI is causing massive shifts in jobs and the broader economy. That fundamentally changes how we spend our money, including on things like fashion, pushing consumers towards value, durability, and sustainability. But AI is also the essential key for fashion e-commerce companies to navigate these changes successfully, driving hyper-personalization to engage cautious consumers, enhancing operational efficiency, reducing costs in a tight market, and making sustainable practices scalable and economically viable.
That's a great summary. Success in this future landscape, particularly as we look towards 2025 to 2030, clearly means being deeply data-driven, being customer-centric with your AI strategy, and maintaining an authentic commitment to ethical and sustainable practices. For individuals listening, it means continuous learning, developing that AI literacy, and honing those uniquely human, durable skills that AI can't replicate. And for leaders, it's about strategic AI integration across the business, investing in the necessary data infrastructure, and fostering an innovative, ethical culture that embraces this profound change.
So here's the final thought to leave you with. Given AI's incredible power to both significantly displace jobs and simultaneously redefine entire industries like fashion e-commerce, how will you personally adapt? How will you ensure your skills remain relevant? And how will you approach consumption to ensure it remains resilient and aligned with your values in this rapidly transforming landscape? Thank you for joining us for this deep dive into the future of fashion e-commerce in the AI era. Our deep dive today was sponsored by Cloutfit.ai. Remember, Cloutfit.ai connects influencer outfits directly to your product inventory, making their content instantly shoppable, driving more sales and higher order value. To learn more about how they can help your business thrive in this evolving landscape, visit Cloutfit.ai. That's CLOUTFIT.ai. If you found these insights valuable, please share this deep dive with someone else who would benefit from understanding these crucial shifts. And be sure to subscribe to the Fashion Algorithm so you don't miss our future explorations.